Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dave Rolfe. This is the Smart Networker, and welcome to the Take a Look series. And let's get going with today's presentation. Here we go. Take a look. Number 6. What does your business make, create, produce? Now, the Take a Look series are short videos with instructions on specific topics to learn, plus instructions and homework in a practical exercise. They're designed to help you understand exactly what needs to be done one step at a time, so you can apply what is learned and then go build your business. And as you gain an understanding of each topic, your skills and ability will improve dramatically. And I hope you enjoy the series. Today's topic: what does your business make, create, or produce? And I'm here to tell you what your business makes, or in other words, what's created because of what your business does. What does it produce? What's the end product of all the activity that's done? And when you're finished listening to the video, you want to get together with your sponsor and fully discuss what you're making, so that make sure that you're on the right track. So let's take a look. Let's define the product first. So if we review, take a look, number 3, show me the money, you saw that there were 2 basic ways to earn an income, which then leads to 2 different activities to do what is necessary. Retailing is basically an activity of selling products to customers, and your activities create a product for the company Nikon, and they're called happy customers, satisfied customers, and they usually want more of the Nikon products over time. Building a business is a totally different activity, and the activities you do to create a different product, one with an ongoing value and with growth and longevity. Now, both of these activities require the same basic skills, that ability to communicate, and what's different is what's said or what's presented. Both handle needs, wants, and desires, and both help provide solutions to issues or problems. For this lesson, we're going to focus on the business building portion. If you go back to the second take a look, getting started, you went over the organized video, and one of the points discussed there was what is the actual product that you are producing as a result of all the work being done. Now let's define this. It's very important. So if we can define a product as something produced, a commodity, something such as a service that is marketed or sold as a commodity, something that has value that can be used to acquire other things, like producing a car, which then gives the manufacturer cash. How would this be applied to your Nikon business? Well, what does the business produce that it can exchange for something that you need, want, or desire? So if you need income, as an example, what would need to be produced by your business that could be used to get the income you need? Let's look at an example of this. So let's say you own a business that makes wood coffee tables, and you have several designs that you make, and these designs require raw materials, labor to make and assemble them, plus facilities and equipment, right? So your business then produces, as a result of all the work, coffee tables that people buy and pay money for. In other words, the end result of what you do, the planning, the purchasing, the cutting, the gluing, the measuring, the ordering, the designing, creates the product of a coffee table. And this coffee table has a value, which can be exchanged for other valuable things, such as money. Now, my wife and I just remodeled our home, and we happened to buy a new coffee table for our living room, and we paid the manufacturer good money to have it delivered and assembled in our home. I mean, this is what most of America does on a daily basis, right? It produces things which others want and buy. Now, if you were in business and you didn't have a product that you produced, then there would be nothing of value that could be used to provide you with what you want. Got it? All right. So what is value? Now, let's look at your Nikon business in a sequence of activities and things being produced from the start to the finish that then create value. So you contact somebody. One is producing someone to talk to by creating a list or by advertising or using social media. And if you want to move on, then you need to produce contacts so that you can communicate with them. A good list has value. You find out what's needed and or wanted or desired. One is producing important and relevant information that indicates problems and issues to be solved. Finding out areas that can be solved really creates some value. Provide a solution that you found was needed and wanted or desired. Successful and workable solutions that those you speak with see, understand, and move forward with. These can be extremely valuable. Create an agreement and understanding between two of you to move forward. Okay, and thus creating of an agreement to proceed. Once made, this agreement is very valuable. I think you get the idea. Help them get trained and educated. A knowledgeable distributor that knows what to do and so they can get what they want, boy, that could be really very valuable. Help them learn what to do and how to do the required activities. A distributor that can apply the knowledge and begins to develop skills and starts to get customers and distributors, man, that's very valuable. Help them plan and strategize based on what they want and their circumstances. A distributor that can create a plan and execute it to get what they want. Boy, how valuable would that be? And then help them get what they want by helping them build their business. A support system, the aspect of team spirit, if you know what I mean, and an active help like doing ABCs. So help them become successful independent Nikan distributors. Therefore, successful independent distributors that are getting what they want, which is accomplished by monitoring activities and results and providing guidance and support. So the actual product that all of your work produces is successful independent distributors in your organization somewhere. Now, there could be many descriptions that fit this definition. You could have a silver, a gold, a platinum, a diamond, or royal diamond rank distributor that are successful, so that then they need to set up you need to set up a benchmark of or what that means for you, or more importantly, what does that mean to them, the person you sponsor or the distributor in your organization. Therefore, you really need to define and agree with the other person what a successful independent distributor is, or we could define it in terms that everyone could agree with, like a successful distributorship makes more than they spend, is viable, making a profit, and the distributor is working successfully toward getting what they want. Something like that. Now, this is a very important reason for this. In the last Take a Look number 5, Plan and Strategy, there was an understanding that getting what you wanted depended on knowing what you wanted, having the willingness and desire to go after what you want, having a plan to get what you want, making a decision, and then doing the correct activities in a sufficient quantity based on who you are and your circumstances. The key question is, what are you producing, creating, making, that's going to give you what you want? So let's look at another way of understanding this. It is vital, and that is your coffee table business. If what you made is not desired, needed, or wanted, then no one will buy the coffee tables you are making, and you won't get what you want. So now you go out and you start building your business, and you find someone that wants to make some extra money. You sponsor them, and then do nothing to help them build. They struggle. They have a hard time trying to figure out what to do. They get sidetracked and end up doing something else. Sure, we've not seen that, but it's possible, right? As a result of not helping and supporting and making sure that you did everything possible to help this person become successful, the product of your business was not produced, and you didn't get what you wanted. Now, this makes sense. Not everyone will do what's required, which then suggests how important it is to help those that really want to, and to understand how structure plays an important role. So we saw this in a couple of take-a-looks earlier of a structure of an income of $8,000 per month. It shows up in the top left of the CV, the PV, and the retail value that would be required, and it shows the number of levels, level 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a total of 15 silver plus groups in one's organization. Well, how important are the fourth level distributors? And how do they come about? And they come about by you working with your number 1, who then helps find number level on level 2, which would be 1A and 1B, and they help find level 3, and it's directed traffic. So you're directing the activities down to that level and creating that. In this particular scenario, we've created that number 1 guy as a platinum, making $5,000 a month with a CV volume of about 80,000 points. Now, in this example of earning 80,000 per month, you need to have your number 1 distributor get to the platinum rank with a team of 9 leaders with their groups generating a CV of 80,000. Now, if that was what number 1 wanted, $5,000 income, then you would have produced, with your help, effort, and actions, this successful independent distributor. And this is what your business makes. This is what it creates. This is what it produces as a final result of all the activities that you do. Why is this so important to know and understand? Well, let's go back to the coffee table business for a moment. If we produce a great coffee table that people like and buy, then we can attract more buyers. It's how business works. Word of mouth, advertising, referrals, recommendations. What I observed while building my business was that it became easier with more results. In other words, if I had a good result, I could use that result to share and attract others. So if I built one leg and got it going and created a team and built it to a depth down, say 4 or 5 or 6 levels below me, things started to happen and people started to make good incomes, and I was able to use that information to then support the idea of what Niken represented to begin with and what I was asking for. This then made it easier to get others involved. Now, I did start from 0, and I focused on building the right structure and the right end product of a successful independent distributor. Now let's take another look at your coffee table business. And the product you're trying to produce is a coffee table that people like and buy, and based on demand that you create by promotion and other means to attract more attention. Now, if you didn't produce a good coffee table, would you be able to attract attention? Would you spend a lot on promoting? Would you feel good about what you were doing? However, if you did produce a coffee table and people really liked it, then they're going to tell others and sales are going to increase. You can use this data to attract more attention and then sell more coffee tables. I mean, this is business 101 and what makes or breaks any company. Success breeds success. So you start your business and you know what you want. You get out and you find someone who wants what you want, say 5,000 per month, and you do whatever you can to help them build a nice platinum business like the picture showed. And they are earning 5,000 per month and producing 80,000 CV per month. Do you think that this would help you find others that wanted to build a nice business, especially if they knew that the 5,000 would easily double to 10,000 with the right guidance and direction? Now, this would mean that when you sign someone up, the objective is for them to be a successful independent distributor by definition. Anything short of this doesn't really work. Success then is a relative term and can be very different to many people. So you need to create that agreement with anyone you're working with. Got it? Now it's decision time. You can see what it takes to create the structure that can produce the volume to create the income that gives you what you want, correct? And you can see how many individuals, how many groups, and on what level, right? Now, what makes this happen? Well, understanding how it works and what activities need to be done and what you're going to produce as a result. You can then monitor what you're doing and correct what isn't working and add more of what is. So go over the Take a Look series and you'll see what Niken has to offer and what you need to do. It's kind of like you're the conduit that offers and allows other people to find out. The next Take a Look will show you how important your back office is, and then following that will be take a look on monitoring your business to verify and validate results. Now, based on the map, one would be to find, number 1, your key partner to your team and a future platinum or diamond with a minimum of 9 groups below, creating a total monthly CV of 80,000 plus points. That is the product you want to create, make, produce, however you want to call it. When you do, it will have a great value. Now, add into this more of these products, and before you know it, you will reach your goal and objective. Now, let's really put this into perspective, because it's what you produce that must have a value so it can give you what you want. Well, how much value does a successful independent Nikken distributor create? Well, let's say it's $5,000 per month. Well, that's $60,000 per year. That's $600,000 in 10 years. That's $1,800,000 in 30 years. And that's just one successful independent distributor. Got it? So, starting out, my first distributor was George. And what we did was we got together, and George then went out and found Jay. Jay went and found Al. Al found some people, and we developed a team. We went down 7 levels, and we got a total of 43 distributors in that group. And the 3 of us became leaders. Dave, George, Al, 4 of us became leaders as a result of that strategy. Now, with that story, then I was able to go on to the next one, which was Howard. And so I used the story that I did with George, and I said to Howard, okay, this is what we're going to do. And Howard went out and he found John. John went and found Rusty. Rusty found Marvin. Same concept. We built a team. We had a team. Howard now had a group. And so I have 2 teams going, and I just did that again. I went and found Chuck. And what I did with Chuck was he had a little different scenario. He had a ton of people and immediately found 3 key people right away. And so that was in the first month, and then in the second month, all of them went silver, and then we created depth after that. Same idea, different structure and way we built it. So when you define what you're producing and you understand what needs to be done to produce it, and like your coffee table business, you line up all the necessary steps that are required, and you create a desired result that will be able to get you what you want. Your success depends on how many you help become successful. Now, what makes this happen? Understanding how it works, what activities need to be done, and what you're doing to produce as a result. And you can then monitor what you're doing and correct what isn't working and add more of what is until you create the right product and one that has value. All right, your homework assignment. So what we covered today is the idea that your business actually produces a product and that it can then exchange for other goods and services. So if you produce a platinum distributor in your organization that earns $5,000 per month and generates 80,000 CV, then I would say that you've produced one heck of a great product. Knowing what you want, now get together with your sponsor and work out what kind of products you need to produce to get what you want. Once this is done, then you can map out the activities that are required to get that done. Review all the Take a Look series, as the answers and examples are all listed on those videos. And if you run into anything that doesn't make sense, stop, ask your sponsor or mentor to clear things up, and then proceed. If you can't get any help, contact me. Well, thank you very much for being on the call today. Hope this helped you, and look forward to seeing you on the next Take a Look.